The shadows did not just move, they breathed into existence. His arrival was less a sound and more a sudden, violent shift in atmospheric pressure, a vacuum that tore through the narrow alleyway, as if appearing from nothingness itself. Before the corporate enforcer's electric baton could connect with the trembling scavenger's spine, the vampire's arm had already closed around the human's chest, pulling him backward into the safety of the dark. He did not use fangs, nor did he display the flashy, monstrous theatricality that the ruling elites used in their propaganda streams to terrify the public. Instead, he moved with the sheer, silent efficiency of an ancient predator who had survived centuries by mastering the art of the unseen. With a sickening, metallic crunch, the enforcer's baton handle splintered under a localized pressure far too intense for any mere mortal to exert. White-hot sparks showered into the dirt, illuminating the vampire's pale, cold face for a split second. But he didn't stop there. Releasing the terrified scavenger, who stumbled backward onto a pile of discarded tech scraps in utter shock, the vampire spun. His movements were completely impossible for the human eye to track. The remaining two enforcers barely had time to register the destruction of their leader's weapon before the vampire struck. He didn't aim to kill. A messy double homicide would bring down a catastrophic psychic sweep from the celestial network. Instead, he delivered a calculated series of precise, lightning-fast blows targeting their cybernetic control boxes. The synthetic yellow glow in the enforcer's ocular implants flickered violently and died as their internal circuitry shorted out. They collapsed to the ground, temporarily paralyzed by their own malfunctioning hardware. With a final, silent motion, the vampire vanished back into the deepest shadows of the alley, dragging the stunned scavenger along with him before the dazed guards could even comprehend what had crossed their path. He navigated the low sector's intricate, lawless web of access tunnels with an instinctual ease that defied the chaotic geography of the slums. His hand remained firmly on the scavenger's shoulder, getting him through pitch-black corridors where the grand, golden arches of the forgotten Tartarian era lay crushed beneath massive, modern cybernetic conduits. They descended deeper and deeper, far below the reach of corporate patrol drones and scanning frequencies. Finally, in the belly of an ancient, abandoned stone cistern that smelled of forgotten earth and slow-drip dampness, he came to a sudden halt. What are you?" the scavenger gasped. The youth's voice was a threadbare whisper, his lungs burning from the frantic flight. His eyes were wide with a primal fear, but beneath that terror, a dangerous, ragged curiosity was beginning to take root. Vampire did not answer immediately. He stood perfectly still in the near-total darkness, examining the human with eyes that had watched empires rise and turn to ash. Paranoia, a permanent ghost born from centuries of isolation, screamed in his mind. Was this kid a trap? Could he be a deeply coded plant sent by the fallen angels of the tech syndicates? The agonizing memories of his first friend, the first soul he had ever trusted in this twisted era, flooded back into his consciousness. He remembered the dark betrayal, the shattering realization of misplaced loyalty, and the terrifying moment that trusted friend turned an ancient relic weapon against his throat. That life-and-death struggle inside the vault had left him physically and emotionally scarred forever. Subconsciously, his hand drifted toward his collarbone, feeling the jagged tissue beneath his shirt. But the scar didn't burn with white-hot agony tonight. The ancient weapon in his secret vault wasn't throwing off a cosmic call. Instead, the scar emitted a cold, clear resonance, a quiet, stabilizing hum in his blood that seemed to vibrate in perfect tandem with the scavenger's raw, defiant determination. He had to make a choice right here, in the damp dark of the cistern. He could risk another betrayal, or he could continue to fade into the dust as a forgotten myth. If he wanted to overthrow the gods and angels ruling above, the resistance had to start somewhere. It had to start with the broken. When the vampire finally spoke, his voice was a low, seismic vibration that seemed to echo from the stone walls themselves. "You saw nothing tonight, scavenger. Remember that if you wish to keep breathing." He watched the kid's face intently, waiting for the inevitable submission, but the kid's defiance held. He didn't look away. A grim smile touched the vampire's lips. "I can offer you something far greater than a life spent trading rusted scrap for a pocketful of corporate credits. I can offer you a way out of the fear. There are two paths for those who wish to survive this city without bowing to the tyrants who built it. You can continue to run like a rat in the pipes, or you can learn to stand and make them bleed. The scavenger swallowed hard, his eyes reflecting the faint, natural bioluminescence of the deep cistern. How? They control everything. They control our history, our minds, our scans. Then we break their control from the bottom up, the vampire replied, stepping closer until the young human could feel the unnatural chill radiating from his frame. If you want to learn how, you will become my eyes and ears in the low sector. You will bring me others who seek something more than just the grit between their teeth and the fear in their bellies. You bring me the desperate, the strong, the forgotten outcasts who have nothing left to lose, and I will show them exactly what the rulers of this world fear. He paused, letting the weight of the ultimate choice hang in the stagnant air. It was the foundation of the army he was building, a path of knowledge and forgotten sciences to break the psychological chains of the elite, or a path of blood and rebirth to lead the physical assault on the spires above. We will start by altering that digital scan of yours so their drones can never track you again, the vampire whispered, extending a pale hand. The scavenger looked at the hand, then up into the ancient depth of the vampire's eyes, and made a silent, calculated decision that would alter the fate of the entire city.